In this video, I will discuss why you should never feed more than 20% pellets to your breeders during breeding season. The reason being, right now in the sport, many fanciers are feeding a blend of pellets. There's different types, the green pellet, the brown pellet, 100% pellets to the breeding pigeons. It's a mistake. You'll raise beautiful youngsters. They'll be positively beautiful. I did this for years. The problem is, and again, you'll still have success, the problem is the internals of the babies. You're weakening the internal of the baby pigeon. When a pigeon is growing, when their insides are growing and developing, they have a gizzard. The grit's in the gizzard. The grit is grinding the feed, going into the intestine. The intestine is working the feed, the fiber, breaking it down. They're meant to eat grain. They're not meant to eat pellets. The pellets are too soft. It's like going through their system with no effort. So as the baby's system develops, it's not as strong. You will find youngsters or pigeons raised on pellets their entire life will produce a larger size dropping than a bird that was raised on grain. Now again, I've had a lot of success. Years ago, I used to just feed chicken pellets to the breeders. I had a lot of success. I feel the birds would have been better and stronger had I only fed grain, or maybe like I do today, grain in one feeder, chicken pellets in another feeder. I would say my birds eat approximately 5% pellets, the rest is grain. The babies grow well. Their insides, not just the outsides, are good. You know the insides of the babies are good. I have had fanciers tell me, but Frank, my babies look tremendous. They're large. They grow beautiful on the pellets, which they will. They'll actually grow a little bit bigger on the pellet than they would have on the grain. Do we really want that? Do we want the birds to be larger, a little bit larger than they would have if they just ate the grain? My theory is no. Nature wants them to eat grain. You're trying to make the insides as beautiful as the outside. So just think about it. The bird system is grinding. It's working as it develops, as it grows. The intestines, the gizzard, everything is stronger. Now, I like pellets as a supplement. You should use pellets as a supplement. You can mix 5, 10, 15, even 20% to the breeders. But the majority has to be the grain. The grain makes the difference. Also, it passes through them much slower. So pellets, the birds will have a crop full of pellets. It goes through the system really quick, The parents are pumping more, they're eating more, the babies are digesting more, but they're really not digesting because the pellet is already digested. So take my advice. Feed grain. 14 to 16% protein mix is excellent. Supplement with the pellets. The pellets have a lot of calcium, have a lot of minerals. You can up the protein. Now, there's a lot of great pellets out there. I use the chicken pellet from Tractor Supply. You can buy, there's different pellets sold. There's a pigeon type pellet. Some of the better pellets, I think they're called extruded pellets, where they're not compressed. Like if you take a handful of chicken pellets and add water, it'll expand into like a volume like that. The best pellets, I think, are extruded, where they're not compressed. So if you add water, they stay the same size. Again, my chicken pellets are not like that, but the birds aren't eating a ton of pellets. So if you learned anything from this video, we're worrying about the insides as well as the outsides. Think about the insides developing and the outsides developing, because the internal is just as important to the future of the pigeon.